What's going on, guys? My name is ATF Cobra. Today I'm going to show you how to unlock these weapons faster with each class, and how to also or which actual guns are the best to use in Medal of Honor Warfighter so far. So first off, the best way to unlock these weapons, and the only surefire way, there's no secret to success, secret to using these guns, because there's no way other than just by playing with them to actually unlock them faster or gain more experience with that gun and unlock the attachments and camos for them. So the real actual way to do it is by sticking to one class that really you're not gonna benefit yourself at all by switching multiple classes or going from one class to another class. Just by staying with one class in this game, what you start to do is you start to familiarize yourself with that weapon for each class, because every class is different. All these weapons, they handle different, they have different damage outputs, and for the most part they are all different. They're not all the same. Recoil, there's a lot of things that change for each gun that you use. So the more you actually switch guns or switch classes, the less you will do better in this game, because you're going to struggle a lot. This game has a very steep learning curve, so in order to jump that steep learning curve, you're going to have to focus yourself on one specific actual class that you kind of do well with, and if you don't, find one that you really like and that really helps. Like for me, it's the Spec Ops class, because of the little heat vision I call that you can kind of spot your enemies here, as you guys can see, and it really gives you a very tactical advantage over the enemy, because you can kind of see where they're going and you can kind of see where they are, so you can prepare yourself or prepare an attack for the enemy as well. So first off, by the easiest way, like I said, to unlock these weapons faster, play with the same class over and over again, and play objective games. Don't play team deathmatch games. Number one, because you're not gonna get that many kills, because there's a lot more people going out for kills and not really focused on objectives. So team deathmatch is a little bit harder as well, because spawns are a little bit different, and people tend to camp a little bit more in team deathmatch than they do in actual objective games, which is kind of weird. That's what I've been running into, if I may say. But other than that, the top guns, also the top 5 or top 3 rifles, I should say, to make it easier for you guys. The top 3 rifles that I use that I find very effective, and I have very high accuracy with these guns. I have over 20% for these weapons, but they're very reliable, very good guns. Starting off, the first one is the DD MK18. I love this gun. I've used it over and over again. Almost 200 kills with this gun. And I kind of play occasionally, because of work, but this gun is very efficient. I love using it, and it feels like the go-to gun for me. And the next gun on the list is the DD M4V1. Now this gun is for the assault class, which I normally stay away from. It's the starting weapon, but it's the one that works for the assault class. I feel like every other weapon for the assault class just doesn't work out for me. Every time I go into a battle, I feel like I'm being destroyed by enemy gunfire. And also for the assault class, if you guys haven't noticed, the assault class hasn't been nerfed, but assault class is probably one of the worst classes, because most of their weapons have very low agility, very low movement speed. So what this means, it makes you an easier target to get killed, and you want to escape from as many gunfights as you can, and be mobile on the map, because it doesn't take too many shots to kill you. So the assault class, if you guys are struggling with this game, you're probably using the assault class, and if you're not and you're still struggling, then I highly suggest that you slow your game down a little bit. But yeah, for the most part, the assault class was the class I had to completely avoid, because all the weapons, if you look at all the weapons, their movement speed for each gun is just terrible. And there are some guns that have decent ones, but if you're looking for better movement speed and being able to navigate the maps a little bit easier, you're looking at the Spec Ops class, which really does help you a lot. Now for the next best weapon is the F88. This gun is pretty damn accurate. So far I have 21% accuracy with this gun, and it's amazing for long range, and it's amazing for medium range. Now also you guys have to notice in this game that the hip fire is almost non-existent. You know, somebody can be, you know, almost 3 feet in front of you and you'll completely miss the whole target. So even if your target is like 2 feet in front of you, aim down sights no matter what and spray. You know, you're better off aiming down sights even if the target's in knifing distance. That's how I feel sometimes in this game, where I'll just completely spray and miss all my bullets in the target. And like I said, my accuracy for this game is pretty high. It's pretty up there. Not to brag, just saying that, you know, hip firing doesn't work as much. So definitely aim down sights as much as possible. And another way to actually, you know, level yourself up and get a little bit better at the same time is sticking to one game mode, and sticking to actually one game mode with a lot of players as well. If you're on PC, you can pick you know, different servers and try to stay in servers with a lot more players, because the game gets very not boring, but it gets very slow paced the less players you have. If you have less than you know, 15 players in a match, whichever game modes, even sector control, whichever game mode you're playing, nonetheless you're not going to find too much action. You're not going to be scoring a lot of points. So find games that have a lot more players in it. The more action, the more flags you're going to be capturing, you know, and the more you'll be the more experience you'll be getting as well, because you're going to be encountering a lot of players. So yeah, those are my tips, you know, on helping you guys level up faster and unlocking those guns that you think look pretty sweet. And the camos for this game are ridiculous. I mean, I look at dice right now and I'm like, why don't we have this in Battlefield 3? I just don't understand it at all. Like, look at all these sick camos in Medal of Honor Warfighter, and it feels like playing Medal of Honor Warfighter. It feels like when I go back to Battlefield 3, it feels like, why isn't this in here? Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, other than that, like I said, those are my tips for unlocking everything. Stick to one class. Play this game a lot. And that's how you're gonna unlock these classes fast. There's no shortcut, there's no easy way to unlock these guns other than by just using them, and you're gonna do a lot better when you put yourself in good situations. So play with teammates and try to play with your friends, because that really does help as well. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and these tips and tricks that I have for you guys. Other than that, it's been your boy ATF Cobra. I'll definitely see you guys out there on the battlefield. Peace.